I got you,
So,
bro.
gentlemen, you heard what the lady said. What they're looking for from a proposal, what they're looking for, how much for a ring, some more than others, whether they'd give the ring back, but more importantly, what they would do to get a ring. Factoring all this stuff in, Max, George, what would you spend on a ring? What are you looking for in a wife? Open-ended question. Go ahead.
Well, I'm 50 years old and I've never been married, so I really don't know what the price range is for
Gotcha.
a ring.
Wow.
I'd probably try to find something that I thought looked good, but I wouldn't have. You know what I'd do is I'd call my sister.
There you
Okay.
I'd
go.
probably have her pick out the ring.
Do you see yourself ever going ring shopping?
I would never say never, because again, there are
Okay.
no certainties, there are only probabilities. But I would say the probability is low.
What a
Really?
romantic answer.
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah,
You do.
yeah,
So, George, I look at you. I'm 42. You said you're 50 now?
yeah.
God bless. When I met you, you were probably 47, 48. We met, 2 years ago with Rolo? I'm certain that I want to have kids. Certain. Now, do I want to get married and deal with the government and get that ring back like I did last time? That's also, but I would like to have, I don't want to have a bunch of baby mamas. I don't want to be an NBA
You want
athlete.
a baby mama.
But I would love a baby mama, and I'll treat her great, all that fun stuff. So give me what you're thinking, because when, I have this is what I say all the time. I'm in a world, especially in Miami, where a lot of my buddies are in their mid to late 30s, early 40s, super successful, super good looking, established, status, network, and we're all kind of having this dialogue, like, all right, like all our buddies got married when we were 30. Now we're like, all right, what's next? Do we want to be the, old guy in the club? Is that good? Is that bad? Is it too old to have kids or not?
Good.
Like, you're 50, you're 6'4", how tall are you?
6'4".
6'4", long, lean, good looking, multi-millionaire.
Smart,
So
reasonable.
you're the full package.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, talk about the line to get in that club. They want you in. You skip the line, George. A lot of girls will let you skip the line for Mary. So what's it like being a 50-year-old, very eligible bachelor? Kids, wife, family. Give me the pros and cons from your mindset.
Well, I think the pro is that I've been able to allocate 100% of my time and energy on getting to where I am now. So that's difficult to do with a family, but they're trade-offs, right? It's a cost-benefit analysis. So if I had to do all over again, I would not change anything, but I realize that there are certain things that I would want in my life that I don't have. And so moving forward, hopefully that'll change. I do have hope because when I was born, my father was 59 and my mom was 32.
Wow, there's some precedent here.
So,
So you get 9 more years of fun, and then you'll figure it out from there.
I think it'll
But
probably.
here's actually my genuine question to you, because I'm right there with you. When I first got engaged, I was 32. We were together a few years. We, got the ring back, whatever. Found myself being started dating when I was 32. We got engaged at 35, 36, broke up. Now I'm 42. Got the money, got, some sort of status, notoriety, still in good shape, still doing my thing. Where does it end? Meaning, like, more money isn't going to make me infinitely happier. More success and status, that's great. That's awesome. Notoriety, that's part of it. But at some point, like for you especially, like, a couple more $1 million isn't going to change your life all that much. But maybe some kids will. Maybe the right woman will. So how do you basically balance those two things?
Well, it's one of the main reasons I retired. I retired in 2012 at 38 years old because I had allocated such a large percentage of my time to being successful and pursuing excellence, as Rich would say. And as Rich and Rolo say, that when you do that, the rest comes very, very easily.
No doubt.
If you've even got a decent amount of charisma. So then, but since that time, it hasn't really materialized. And so I'm very content doing what I'm doing. But you're always open to opportunities.
Here, speaking of opportunities, the more opportunities you have, the more choices you have.
There's a little bit of a paradox in that, though.
Yeah. Well, here's
they
where
call
I'm
it
going
the paradox
with this.
of choice, and I think that's something that's real.
Right. So, like, here's kind of where I'm going with this. There was this big debate out there about whether you should take your girl to cheesecake or not. Is it a good date spot, not a date spot? That's fun. But if you go to that cheesecake, that menu, there's a 1,000 options on the menu.
Yeah.
1,000 options.
Yeah.
So, they say that if you want someone to make a decision, give them 3 options, let them pick the best option, move on. At this point in your life, this is just honestly me talking to you kind of without a camera right now, bro, honestly. If there's so many options and there's so much things going on, are all those options sort of a hindrance at the end of the day?
Absolutely.
Really?
I think they can be. If your objective is to get married or settle down or have kids or whatever it is, then having all those options, I think, can be detrimental.
Yeah. It's like I go to cheesecake. I end up just walking on the restaurant hungry because I don't know what to order.
You get to a point where you go out with the gal and your patience is very, very low because you know that you have choices.
Well, nature has a system for that.
Yeah, Max, go ahead. I want to let you weigh in on that. By the way, how old are you now?
I'm 37.
37.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nature has.
By the way, you want to get married? You want to have kids?
I want to get married.
Want?
I don't want to wait too long. My cousin, I'm 5 days older than him. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. He just had a kid. Yeah. So
how many wives?
We grew up. Yeah, and it's nice to have a household. I'm not trying to, run around with a bunch of different chicks anymore. That's not really my thing anymore. But nature has a workaround to all these options. It's called falling in love. That's a system that nature designed to, once you develop a bond with a person and they don't annoy you like some other chick that's yapping or whatever the hell's going on, and then you realize you don't want to be with other people, and that's really what you got to kind of find on that end. And I'm lucky enough to have millions of views, and then like I have 1.3 billion views on YouTube in the shorts. So all I need is really 5 amazing girls out of 1.3 billion people to
it's
pick
a numbers
one.
game. It's a numbers game.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic numbers game for me. It would be then you have to leave it up to fate if you're some other guy, whatever it is. I don't really know. But me, like I'm trying to spend some time with some girls, and I'm trying to find it where I really build a bond with somebody that I don't really want to have to throw out the window.
Fair enough.
Got that last one right there. Yeah.
But as far as the government is concerned and that incentive for divorce, I'm not dealing with that at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, break that down.
Well, it's either going to be a prenup where there's something I will agree to. If it doesn't work out, I'll do this. Okay, but I'm not sitting here I didn't work for all this time for 20 years, so I could get some girl to go and then now go take my money and go. The real question I'm asking myself when you were talking about Jeff Bezos, what is this chick doing for Jeff Bezos that he's doing all these things?
Yeah, she said it very well. How can I be an asset, not a liability?
There it is.
I think it was very, very well said.
Thank you.
So you bring up a great point, and obviously this is something you're going to have to consider if that time ever comes. Like, ladies, the jig is up. I think we've realized that men get taken to the cleaners left and right. Yeah. By the system, by the government, by the courts, by the judges. 98% of alimony gets paid from a man to a woman. So everyone, every time we do the show, somebody's like, yeah, but sometimes the woman has to pay the man. Yeah, show me.
Yeah, don't marry
Mary
that
J.
chick.
Blige had to do it. I think Roseanne had to do it with Tom Arnold.
No, you know what's crazy?
And the list ends there.
In the state of
men,
Florida.
especially men who are super successful, they're going to be super cautious bringing someone into their life, marrying them, and then just being like, yeah, take half. The young lady I was talking about earlier when I got out of the Uber, she's like, if we ever get married, I get half, right? I'm like, we'll have a checking account that you'll have access to that will split, but all the money I've worked for, all my investment stuff, all my retirement accounts, you get none of that.
Wow.
You get the money. But that's young girls. They don't know.
I have a question.
So good luck on that. Go ahead. Last question, then we got to wrap up.
In the state of Florida, though, it's like if she's married to you for 10 years or more, it's alimony for her life until she gets married again.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I have a friend that's dealing with that right now, and it's really
I also have
to
a friend
watch.
that's dealing with it right now.
It's so
I've got
bad.
friends that are in that boat.
Yeah, we don't have what's it called when you live with someone for 7 years or more?
Common
law.
Common law. I mean, we don't have that in Florida, but we do have a situation where if you're married for 10 years or longer, that it's alimony For life.
God, that's horrible.
You're married for 10 years, you got to pay her for the next
Just
50 years?
one statement. There's
Yeah.
no worse feeling in the world than having some chick you loved or had a relationship take half your money and then go screw some guy that has
Yeah.
no money.
And not marry him.
Yeah.
And
With
not
your
marry
money.
him.
Yeah, with your
You
own
want her
money.
to get married.
Right now.
That is a
rooting
bitter
for you to
pill.
get married.
That's not a pill I'm going to swallow.
She's going to do all that. You're like, finish the game, get married. Nah, I'm good. I'll take my 10 grand a month, whatever the hell it is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.